Welcome to the Happy Healthy Life Podcast with your hosts, Rob and Randy, who reveal the truth, the lies, and confusion about health so that you are no longer the victim to mainstream medical dogma and you are the hero to your own happy, healthy story.
Welcome back to the Happy Healthy Life Podcast. Thanksgiving week is here. Can you believe it? It's already Thanksgiving, and we're keeping it fun today with a special holiday edition. The Happy Healthy This or That. If you tuned in a while back, we did a This or That segment. So today's going to be Thanksgiving related. We're going to break down traditional Thanksgiving foods and show you the swaps that help keep your metabolism healthy and your body feeling amazing.
That's right. But before we jump into all the fun, we want to do a quick recap of last week's episode where we dismantled cold and flu myths, really blew this thing up. And a lot of you have asked us a lot of questions. We want to do a little Q&A with that. You know, what sickness really is, why you can't just, catch a cold from someone, and how your detox pathways and internal environment or your terrain determine whether you thrive or get sick this time of year. If you missed it, definitely you want to go back and listen to last week's episode and listen, because it sets the foundation for staying healthy all through the holidays and obviously beyond.
So welcome to the Happy Healthy Life Podcast with your host, Rob and
Randy.
And we are
the Happy Healthy Guys.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Happy Healthy Life. It is Thanksgiving weekend. Last week, we talked about and discussed whether or not you can actually catch a cold. And if you didn't listen to that episode, like Dr. Randy was saying, you're going to want to go back and listen to it. But let's talk a little bit about that, because it is Thanksgiving week. And it always seems like anytime you're having a conversation around the Thanksgiving table, somehow or another, the conversation always gets back into health and people saying, you know what, I don't want to go outside because I don't want to catch a cold. We talked about that. So let's talk about whether or not you can actually catch a cold. Is it even possible to catch a cold, Dr. Randy?
Well, first off, that would all take us back to what's called the germ theory, which has been debunked and has been proven to be wrong over and over and over. So the whole thing that germs make us sick or cause disease is false. Viruses don't exist. And the boogeyman is not going to get you. I mean, literally stick with what you can see. Medicine wants us to live in a world of fear and make-believe. It's just not the reality. So you're just catching a cold, and you do hear it. And if you look at the word, and we talked about it last week, the word cold and the word influenza, it's the influence of the weather. So the cold temperature or the influence of the cold. And during this time of year, not only does it become cold, which can affect how the lungs clear out debris. A lot of times we're stuck inside with low humidity and this dry heat, stuck inside with the door shut, not getting fresh air. But we're also typically sitting on our butt, eating bad food, drinking more alcohol,
stressed out of our
stressed out of your mind, stuck in front of a computer or a TV.
Maybe with people that you don't want to be around.
There's possible chance you're stuck in a home with Uncle Fred. And listen, we all love Uncle Fred, but sometimes
Uncle Fred is unfiltered. He just doesn't care what he's going to say.
Yeah. And sometimes you got to go outside and take a walk to get a break from Uncle Fred. And that's okay. You might want to do that. But there's a lot of reasons why we, quote, get sick. But really, are we getting sick, or is our body really doing the right thing under the circumstances? And we have always talked about create an environment where good things are more likely to happen. So when we talk about terrain versus germ theory, terrain really is what we're talking about. You play a huge role in the outcome of your health, more so than they want you to believe. And when your body's doing something, coughing, sneezing, runny nose, mucus, fevers, diarrhea, throwing up, all those nasty symptoms, guys, those are all the therapeutic healing responses of the body. Your body's doing the right thing, not the wrong thing. And a lot of times during this time of year, the body has to purify. It has to detox. It has to purge and get rid of things that you accumulate over time and over the months, especially as you start hitting Halloween, into Thanksgiving, into Christmas, into the new year. It's not like germs are just waiting for this time of year to attack us. We're altering our terrain.
Yeah, so it's all about adaptation. Get your body in a state where you can be able to adapt to all of these stresses that are going on. We always talk about all the different things, and go back and listen to that episode, because we talked about practical things that you can do to get your body adapting. in not having to worry about, quote, catching a cold or getting a flu. And by the way, any of the symptoms that you feel when those things are happening are your body doing the right thing under the circumstances. So,
hey, real quick on that, I want to take this question on because I hear this one a lot, and I know you do. We didn't talk about this, but how many times do you hear somebody and they were like, "Yeah, I got really sick," and they say, "And I had to take an antibiotic."
oh, you hear it all the time.
You hear that all the time, and I'm always curious why somebody would say, "I had to take an antibiotic." And so when you dig and ask questions about that, what really it boils down to is they didn't have to take an antibiotic. You just felt bad. You didn't want to feel bad. And you thought going to your doctor and taking a drug would make you feel better. So that would basically be, you didn't have to take the antibiotic. You decided to do it because you didn't understand that actually your body was doing the right thing with the fever, with the cough, with the sore throat, with the mucus, whatever it's needing to do, your body's going to do it to heal and repair. And when you take drugs, you stop your body from healing. And just so you know, antibiotic, the word anti means against, biotic means life. I don't know about you, Dr. Rob. I'm not against life. I'm for life. And anything that's against life, I want nothing to do with it. And antibiotics happen to be some of the most nephrotoxic chemicals that have ever been made. And when I say nephrotoxic, toxic to your kidneys. In fact, your kidneys within seconds of you getting an antibiotic are already trying to filter them out of your body to get rid of them because they are so toxic. But the reason you feel better with antibiotics is not because they're killing bacteria and getting rid of an infection, which is all not true. It's antibiotics hyperactivate the adrenal glands. So you start kicking out adrenaline and noradrenaline. It activates your sympathetic nervous system, which is going to make you feel stronger, more energetic, and more charged because your sympathetic nervous system is that fight or flight. But ultimately, when you come off the drugs, you crash, you stopped your body from healing, and now you're right back in the same situation where something that wasn't going to be a problem, that was a normal detox symptom, now has gone deeper into your tissue. You didn't get out the toxins, you didn't get the debris out of your lungs, and now you forced it deeper into your tissue on top of having all the toxic antibiotics in your system. And this is a cycle that we see that happens year after year, decade after decade, and then you end up in your 30s, 40s, and 50s and beyond, and you get some chronic disease, which is really just years of stopping your body from healing and poisoning your body with antibiotics and medications.
Yeah, speaking of that, I was actually just reading something this morning, and here's how it becomes relevant. Probably going to think this is funny, but I was reading about the neurobiological psychology of what we do in order to be able to make us feel safe, and we don't even know that we're doing it subconsciously.
Wow.
And as you're talking about this, I was thinking about it because this right here, what happens is as you're developing as an infant, that development starts happening to where the infant is actually aware and can be able to know, is this a good thing or a bad thing that's happening, but they can't verbalize it, right? So think about it this way, is at that point, you don't have the myelination or the wiring quite yet of the nervous system that's actually going to store that information down into your nervous system in your body and your subconscious. And as you were talking, I was thinking about this because if you then take that child to the pediatrician, okay, and then they inject it with vaccine, they already can see the look on the mom's face, and it's called aversion. And so when they see the aversion or the pain on the mom's face and the stress, they can actually feel it. And what it does is it collapses the vagal response in the body to be able to then protect the body.
Wow.
And so automatically then what the body does is it then goes into the inula, which is the part of the body that, or first the amygdala, and then the inula, which is the part that's trying to then protect you or to be able to keep you safe.
Okay.
And then to be able to make the mom happy at that point, it'll just succumb to whatever the mom says.
Wow.
So think about that. We're already programmed at 10 to 12 months, and then it's hardwired at 14 to 18 months. And as we're thinking about that, what's happening during that time?
They're just getting pumped full of vaccines and neurotoxins and sterility agents and all kind of chemicals that destroy the gut, the brain, inflame the entire system.
You're being trained as an infant.
Groomed.
You're being groomed.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not my kids, though.
No, not your kids. They've never been near a doctor. Thank God for that. Neither have my nephews. So.
No. let's have some fun. Okay, you were talking about do you actually have the person at Thanksgiving or the family member that is unfiltered?
We did. He's dead now.
Okay.
But yes, we did.
So
I don't think we have.
Who was it in your family?
It was a crazy uncle.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Mine was my grandfather.
It was your grandfather.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's big Rob, the biggest.
Big Rob.
Yeah, he didn't care. As I was thinking about that, he would go, this is pretty funny at the Thanksgiving table.
Oh God.
So if you guys haven't heard my story already, you know that I was, 210 pounds when I was 11, 12 years old.
It's hard to believe.
And so we'd be at the Thanksgiving table and he'd go, Robert, you're not gonna eat, are you? And he would go.
It crossed my mind.
He goes, a little push away from the table wouldn't hurt too much.
Wow.
How about trying that exercise?
Grandpa.
Yeah, Grandpa Robert was completely unfiltered, and he would say, because he's Hispanic from Mexico, and he only spoke in Spanish, so he'd say it in Spanish, but he would always let me know that I didn't miss very many burritos.
Oh my God.
He wasn't wrong, but that was, as you were talking, it completely triggered that memory right there.
Yeah.
Going, oh my gosh, he didn't give a crap what he was saying to anybody. So
yeah, nobody was
our
fat
breakfast.
shaming in our family because too many of my family, that would be too painful, unfortunately. But there was the uncle that's now deceased. He was more like off color. He just didn't understand or read the room very well. And so it always made everybody feel real uncomfortable. He was my mom's sister's like third or fourth husband.
Okay.
That guy. Yeah.
That
So anyway,
guy.
so anyway,
Yeah,
he
we all have
definitely brought some laughs. I'm not gonna lie.
So funny. All right, let's get into the this or that segment. Okay. So, Dr. Randy, when you're diving into a turkey,
Yeah.
are you dark meat or white meat? And you guys that are listening live right now in the chat, I want to know which one you are as well. So, write it in the chat which one you are. When you're diving into the turkey, are you dark meat or white meat?
You know, my answer's more nuanced than a yes to the dark or a no to the dark. But on the surface, I want the dark meat because it's more tender, it's got more flavor. But then my brain goes to the scientific side. It goes, well, turkeys are monogastric animals. They only have one stomach. And if they're fed a bunch of crap, then it's going to be an unhealthy meat and fat that I wouldn't want to eat. Now, if it was pastured turkey, getting outside, raised healthy, then I would definitely go dark meat. If not, I'm going to go white meat. But I'm going to go white meat because my mom, when she makes turkey, and she'll be making turkey as she does because she hosts Thanksgiving, she shoves sticks of butter and injects SCT oil all throughout the turkey with all these aromatics to make sure that the white meat actually is moist and flavorful and has more nutrient density to it. So I'm kind of torn, but I'll probably be eating the white meat that my mom's making for Thanksgiving.
I'm going to go with a lot shorter answer, dark meat.
All right.
Dark meat
I
all
love
day.
it. I love it.
And yes, injected with some SCT.
Yeah, I'm with Jerry. Neither. I don't like turkey.
Yeah, I'm not a big turkey person. It's too freaking dry. That's why, you know what I am, though.
You like sauces?
I'm a gravy person.
Then that's a problem.
That is.
But maybe not. I think we'll get to that. We'll give you a better answer for gravy.
Okay. Stuffing or mashed potatoes? Right in the chat. What are you, stuffing or mashed potatoes, Dr. Randy?
I'm mashed potatoes. I don't enjoy stuffing. In fact, I needed you to kind of describe exactly what it is. I haven't had it in so long. I don't even know what stuffing is. It's usually in a casserole pan that people will bring it. It just looks disgusting to me. So I'd rather have mashed potatoes with SCT oil, or even better, mashed sweet potatoes with SCT oil. Peel the skins, boil them, cook them down, and then put them, mix them up with some SCT oil, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, I don't want anything that's been stuffed inside a turkey personally, but that's just my preference.
So your mashed potatoes too?
Yeah, mashed potatoes or mashed sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
I think that mashed sweet potatoes with a ton of butter and SCT oil. Yum.
Yeah. As long as you've got SCT oil, then I could probably eat any of this, but I'm not going to stuff my face full of something that just doesn't look appealing.
The true story.
That's where you get in trouble too, all the hidden stuff in these casseroles and dishes that everybody's bringing over because you don't know what the heck's in it.
Do you know what they call a casserole up north in Minnesota? I just found this out recently. If you know what this is, write it in the chat. What do you call a casserole? It's basically anything that comes out of the oven.
It's considered a casserole?
No, it's considered a hot plate.
Oh, so they don't call it a casserole.
They don't call it a casserole.
It's a hot plate.
It's a hot plate. Yeah. Now you know.
Huh.
All right.
So it's a little deep dish pizzas from the Schwan man, bringing those out of the oven.
It's a
hot plate.
Yeah, hot plate. It's a hot plate. Yeah. All right. Canned versus cranberry sauce.
What do you think?
Well, all right. You're gonna like the homemade cranberry sauce for sure.
Well, I mean, the canned cranberry sauce,
I don't even know what it is.
it's so overrated. It's got the grooves of the can in it. It's like this, I don't know, I never liked it even as a kid. I would never really eat cranberry sauce. However, of course, my mom, back in the conversation, because she's a master chef, she chops up fresh cranberries with scallions, cilantro, and jalapenos. She de-seeds the jalapenos and she mixes it all together and just lets it kind of sit for 24 hours and all the juices and the flavors blend together. And it is one of my favorite things on Thanksgiving.
I've never had it that way because I would typically say neither. I'm just not a big fan of cranberries. They're too bitter for me.
Yeah,
I don't like the bitter.
All right. Cranberries can be
absolutely.
That's a nice quality. I mean, it's a lot of polyphenolic compounds. Some bitters can help stimulate digestion. But yeah, stay away from the can. That can. I don't even know what's possible.
I just don't like the sound that it makes when it's coming out of the can. It's weird. All right. Pumpkin pie versus pecan pie. Or is it pecan pie?
Well, we're in the South. It's pecan, as we know. This one seems really easy to me. I mean, who's going to choose a pumpkin over pecans? Are you kidding me? Pecans, like I don't eat nuts and seeds, but if I did, I used to love pecans. We grew up, we had pecan trees. Did you know that? You've been out to my mom's place. Yeah, huge pecan trees. I mean, we were having to fight the squirrels for these bad boys. And we had a fig tree growing up. We had pecan trees. So we always had pecans with everything. We'd have so many, we were giving them away to everybody in the neighborhood and all the family. So I'm going pecan pie. And once again, to bring mom back into the conversation, she cooks the pie crust with lard, leaf lard, which is the secret to getting a flaky pie crust.
Yum.
Hello.
Yum, yum, yum. All right. Yeah, I'm pecan pie for sure. Thank you so much for listening to the Happy Healthy Life podcast. And as always, if you don't know what's going on with your metabolism and you want to find out, go to metabolismscore.com.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to the Happy Healthy Life podcast. And, we don't make a lot of products, but the products we do make are all metabolically focused. So go check these out. Go to thehappyhealthylife.com. And when you get to checkout, use code podcast to save 10% off any and all of our metabolic-friendly products.
All right. Biscuits versus rolls.
I would say neither because I'm a cornbread guy.
Okay.
But if I had to choose, I'd go biscuits.
Okay. I'd go rolls.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can, by the way, a good swap on the rolls is you can find sourdough rolls. Joe's Bakery online.
You can also make it. My shout out to my sister-in-law. She's got a starter culture and she makes sourdough for the boys, everything. And you can definitely do it. You can use some ancient grains like corn flour. I know a lot of you cook with that. But yeah, the big thing with the biscuits and the rolls is always going to be, what oil are you using to make them with? It's usually a vegetable oil, so you want to avoid that. And then obviously grain is so contaminated with glyphosate in America, even a lot of the organic varieties. So you just got to be careful. You can always make any of this healthier if you're picking out quality ingredients.
True story. All right. Jarred gravy versus homemade gravy.
This isn't even a real question. Who's going to pick jarred gravy?
Okay, well, let's go even. What about gravy in the packets versus homemade?
So I don't eat gravy, but I would say because somebody's going to put a bunch of refined bleached flour into the gravy, and it ruins all the juices and the au jus and I'd rather just have the meat juices is what I would rather have, but I don't know. Is this a trick question?
No, it's not a trick.
It's homemade. It's always homemade.
It's always homemade.
Always
yeah,
homemade.
Absolutely.
Control the ingredients, and then you'll appreciate making something. Things taste better when you make it. That's a little Sardinian trick when you actually prepare and make your own food.
All right. So next segment is going to be the happy, healthy, approved swap list for those of you who are making your own Thanksgiving dinner. Um, First of all, I think it's the obvious one. It's the one that we talk about all the time. It's swapping the seed oils for grass-fed butter, things like ghee. You could even use coconut oil and our favorite, SCT oil.
Yeah, there's never a reason at this point to ever use seed oil. I know a lot of you don't at home. You're probably getting it more out at restaurants. Remember, we do have our seed oil cards, allergy cards. So make sure you're requesting for those. We can send you what they can get a PDF and get those printed off. Those are great to have with you. I'll have some of those with me as I go home over Thanksgiving. But yeah, don't be eating. I mean, when you eat seed oil, you think, well, it's just one meal, and I get it. One meal doesn't ruin your life, but you're really signing up for a 2-year relationship with that seed oil because of the half-life. So it's just not worth it for me. I can't, you know me in relationships. Can I commit to anything for 2 years? I'm not going to commit to seed oils for 2 years in my tissue. I mean, if it had a 2-week window where it got out of my system, maybe I would go for it. I'm not committing to 2 years with anything right now. I mean, I'll commit to this company, my best friends, and my family, but I think you know what I'm saying here.
Fair enough.
SCT oil, make sure you take some home with you. I got a big jar I'm taking home for the family for Thanksgiving. We're just not going to eat a bunch of ridiculous, metabolically poisonous industrial seed oils. Don't do it.
Did you tell them where to get the seed oil cards?
I didn't.
Yeah, go to seedoilallergy.com and you can be able to download a seed oil allergy card right there. Take it into any restaurant and tell them what you're allergic to, and you don't get any pushback on those cards at all.
They take it very serious. The chef will probably come out. They won't mess with you. So let them know it's from your doctor and you have allergies, which the reality is everybody does have an allergy to toxic industrial food. There isn't anybody that gets away with that.
There you go. All right. Coach Laura said that she bought her sourdough rolls at her farm this morning, and she said, I translated and used them in Mexico. It was so
No way.
helpful. That's awesome.
That is so cool. I can't wait to hear about your trip.
Super cool. All right. We just talked about this, is that you can swap the processed rolls for sourdough instead. So that's an easy swap right there if you're a roll person. I do like to take the sourdough rolls and make a little turkey sandwich with some homemade gravy on there as well. Yeah. I'm a sandwich person.
You are a sandwich person. I mean, we do that as well because you have the leftover turkey.
Oh, yeah.
What do you do with it? And then my mom will always take the turkey carcass and cook it down and make turkey like a broth, a stew, and a soup, and like all the leftover onions or carrots or celery and all that stuff. But yeah, hey man, a sourdough sandwich with turkey and some what type of mustard are you? Are you a spicy mustard? Are you a Dijon? Are you a French?
The stone ground mustard, so spicier.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. All right. Homemade desserts. So you can always swap out your homemade desserts with desserts that have clean fats that are made with the SCT oil in it, even coconut oil. Heck, if you just go to Go Organic Eats, they make it super simple for you. They have the best desserts on the planet that are nutrient dense and actually good for you.
Yeah, we work directly with the chef over there. When I say the chef, it's Simon. The owner, co-owner with his wife Dorothy and their children. But yeah, we work directly with them to make functional metabolic desserts. So these are pro-metabolic desserts driven by SCT oil, organic collagen, organic maple syrup, raw honey, coconut, young coconut, like young Thai coconut meat, coconut cream. In fact, I bought one of their desserts just the other day. It's a coconut-based young Thai coconut cream dessert with SCT oil, maple syrup, raw honey, some collagen. They're phenomenal. And you can make all these. You know, that's one of the things I love about Go Organics, our friends here in the Dallas area. Their store is phenomenal, and they'll be shipping nationwide here very soon. But they've taken all the things that we love, and they just make them healthy. And that's one of the things that I started doing probably 20 years ago, is not avoiding foods that I love, but finding out how can I make pizza and make it healthy, right? If I want to have Taco Tuesday, then how can I source and create the best ingredients to still enjoy that feeling of enjoying those things. And you really can, and you'll find that the old way of doing it really isn't satisfying anymore because it just doesn't taste anything like real food nutrition. Your palate gets tricked from years of eating ultra processed, hyper palatable food. And when you move away from that for any length of time, you just really can't ever go back because real food is the real deal.
Yeah, and then you can always bring your own happy, healthy dish. So make it at home. Bring your own food with you. So BYOF, bring your own food.
That's a great option.
There you go. And the other one, what about food sequencing? So if you're looking at the the island, the kitchen island that has all the food on there, is there a specific order that you would want to go in as far as eating your foods, or specific foods that you'd want to eat? So what's your opinion about that?
Yeah, we kind of talk about when you're out of your normal eating environment and you're thrust into a family event or a party, you go for the protein. That's where you can probably control a lot of the things you're trying to control, especially seed oils and other sauces and dressings. So look for a clean protein source, and then kind of weigh out, if you want to go higher carb or higher fat, kind of we talk about that seesaw, eat to the protein and the nutrients, add in the energy fats, either higher carb or higher fat. But where you'll get in trouble is if you start eating casseroles and dishes and sauces and things where you just don't know what's in there, and that'll get you in trouble. So stick with what you know, stick with what you can see. It's okay to even ask a couple of questions about it. It's kind of weird, not weird, but it's just normal now at my family event with so many of us now that want to eat healthy and they know how I want to eat. People are going to have food there that's going to be healthy. My mom knows that. Some of my cousins know that. Obviously, my sister-in-law cooks healthy for my brother and the boys. So, yeah, find a good quality protein, and that'll create more satiety anyway. So you're not starving. Good fats, good proteins, and that jar of SCT oil and some raw honey could go a long way.
Amen to that. And it all goes back to this. It really is. If you're looking at even Thanksgiving Day, it all goes back to preparing ahead of time. And that's what we call just really eating intentionally.
Yeah.
Right. Go into Thanksgiving intentionally rather than just coasting in there going, you know what, I'm going to do whatever today. So, or call it my quote vacation meal. Because
right.
what happens for a lot of people is they never come back from that vacation.
No, it's like a 6-month vacation.
That's called moving.
Yeah.
They actually move to that place.
Yeah.
And so another thing that you can do on that day is not only hydrating and utilizing surge minerals, for example,
yes,
but to keep you from also having that crazy craving for that food, as well as use our Crave Control product.
Yeah.
We've got our Black Friday sale that it'll never be this low again.
Yep.
If you're listening, this episode drops on Thanksgiving Day.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure that you go there online and get that discount on there for the Crave Control, because that'll help you throughout the day, as well as the Thermostat Burn Plus. Make sure that your metabolism is rocking and rolling on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah,
so
especially with
you could do.
That's a great advice. If you haven't tried these products yet, you got to try them. And as members, you get into a subscription, you're going to get an unbelievable discount on this product. It's insane. I'll have those products with me for sure as I travel home to Texarkana. But yeah, the Crave Control is great. You can take a serving under the tongue before your 2 and 3 meals you're going to eat. It'll go a long way because it's just going to naturally support your body's satiety and blood sugar, which is going to be great, which will a lot of times help you make better decisions. Because if your blood sugar's crashing, you're eating a bad food and you're making some decisions, what'll happen is you can kind of get your insulin out of control and you'll get into that diabetic coma where you literally just want to fall asleep and not move. And I don't want to be that person anyway, because I've been that person in years past. And I want to enjoy, especially in my family, this is the one holiday where really everybody really does come together. It's not Christmas anymore since my grandmother passed away. It's really not birthdays or Mother's Day or Easter. It's really going to be it's Thanksgiving, and I want to be energized. I want to feel like I can go out there and compete in horseshoes and cornhole and play with all of my cousins and nephews and catch up with people that I don't get to see very often. So
yeah, I'm sure your family is really important, but another thing that you want to make sure that you have plenty of energy to stay focused is at 3:30 on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, that could be maybe the biggest event of the year.
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys playing the Kansas City Chiefs, so you want to make sure that you're awake at 3:30.
Yeah, because the game prior could put you to sleep if history would indicate that the Green Bay Packers will have this game over by halftime. But yeah, the Dallas Cowboys, Kansas City Chiefs, maybe the greatest event of the year outside of Christmas, is probably that's probably number two.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why the strategy helps for that too. You can also walk before and after meals. We always talk about WAM or DAM, walking after meals or dancing after meals. Both
That's right.
work. So that's always a great thing is, plan your day so that you go ahead and get yourself out there, get yourself walking. I know I've been walking a lot lately. In fact, I just walked right before we got started here today. So I love doing that. The weather is beautiful right now in Texas. And so great time to be able to do that. What's another one is, this is a big one, is not skipping meals to avoid overeating later. So some
That will
people will try that.
backfire.
Yeah, that'll backfire. That
Yeah.
person is like, you know what, I'm going to skip breakfast. I'm going to skip lunch and I'm just going to have Thanksgiving dinner. Next thing you know, you actually still did your 3 meals that day. You just did them after 6 p.m. after you had Thanksgiving dinner. You just did it at 6 p.m., 8 p.m., 11 p.m. before going to bed, and you're putting the dessert on top of that.
Oh, especially if you had a couple of glasses of wine with dinner, you're going to get probably about 2 to 3 hours later around, 9, 10, 11 o'clock. You're going to get that increase in cortisol and you're about to be ravenous and you're going to make some bad decisions. And now all those desserts that are covered up, they're laying out on the kitchen counter. Now, that special area where they all sit, you're going right over into that area and you're like, I'm just going to get a spoonful of that banana pudding. Next thing you know, you got a plate. You got pecan pie, you got apple pie, you got banana pudding, God knows what else is on that plate. Half of it, I don't even know what's in this stuff. Don't be that person. So yeah, skipping the meals, don't do it. Enjoy yourself, eat intentionally, take some Crave Control.
Yeah,
go outside.
And remember, that one meal isn't going to ruin your metabolism. And that's why we always tell people is that when you've got a solid, firm metabolic foundation, like the folks who are listening live right now, who have already done our metabolism program, you can go into Thanksgiving and not be scared to death of what it is that you're going to be eating that day and know that the next day you're going to weigh the exact same thing that you did the day before. So have a great, strong metabolic foundation, h2thinvirtual.com. We also have discount codes going on for that for Black Friday as well.
Yeah.
And for the members who are on right now, it pays to be a member because you're going to get some really deep discounts on your rounds as well. So
yeah, we're running the biggest sale we've ever ran on literally everything. I believe it starts, this hits on Thursday. So I believe this will start
Thursday.
Yeah, tomorrow or Thursday it'll hit and go through. So through Cyber Monday. So don't miss out. I know a lot of you guys are probably anticipating and waiting for this, but take advantage. We're going to be just discounting everything. We want you guys to get the best prices. And it's exciting too, because we've got new protocols. We've got the SCT oil fast, which is a great protocol. We've got the new 10-day with the Crave Control and the Thermostat Burn Plus. If you love the old thermostat, you're going to love the new one if you haven't tried it. Obviously, additional rounds on our metabolism program is obviously that do that at least once a year, but take advantage of this. I'm excited to offer these discounts.
Absolutely.
And so thank you guys for always supporting us. And we want to give back and tell you guys thank you.
Okay, rapid fire this or that to end the segment. Okay, let's do this. We got different pies now. Apple pie or the pumpkin pie? I think we already answered that.
Once again, not a legitimate question. It's apple.
Yeah, apple, 100% with some homemade vanilla ice cream on top of that.
A la mode always.
Whew, sounds good. Nap or walk?
Well, it depends on the decisions you're making on Thanksgiving, because if you're making bad decisions, I'm going to call, you're probably going to be asleep, but I'm not going to be asleep unless I'm watching the Cowboys get destroyed by the Chiefs, which I don't think is going to happen.
Fair enough.
I'm choosing a walk.
Same. Football or family games? And you guys participate who are watching live. We want to know football or family games.
Does this one make me a bad person on which answer I pick?
No, not at all.
But so football, because Cowboys play on Thanksgiving, that is a tradition. But usually after all the football settles down and it's later in the evening, usually that's when the family games break out. So I'm gonna go on both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. What about I'm going football as well.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going both. I'm just gonna go.
You just go, yeah.
Yeah, our family's not really a family game.
You're not a game family?
We're not a game family.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sweet potato casserole or roasted sweet potatoes?
I'd rather have the roasted sweet potatoes because I don't like casseroles. I don't trust multiple ingredient items in these square casserole dishes. I don't trust them.
So if I made it,
Hot plate.
or my mom made the hot plate, I'm going sweet potato casserole.
If Mama Norma made a casserole and she knows our specifications and what we require,
she's got us.
All right, I'm going Mama Norma sweet potato casserole.
You're right. What about sausage stuffing or cornbread stuffing?
Yeah, this is one of those I would go neither on, but I do love sausage and I do love cornbread. So maybe I could pick out the sausage in the one and then pick out the cornbread in the other one and then mix those two together and then make a sausage cornbread.
There you go.
There you go.
Once again, I like the cornbread better. As what's the difference? I still don't know for sure what the difference is between a stuffing or a dressing.
Yeah.
Does anybody know that? Can you put that in the chat? What's the difference between a dressing or a stuffing? I know my mom makes this cornbread, we'll call it a dressing, and she bakes it. So it's in a pan and it's got all really good, nutritious ingredients in there. So I know what's in it and it's yummy.
I just always loved cornbread growing up. And so there would be rolls, but somebody's always going to have cornbread. And then what we'd do, my dad, we would always crumble up the cornbread and put it in buttermilk and we would eat and drink that. Anybody else ever do that? That was like a family thing that my father and I would do. We'd get the cornbread, crumble it, put it in buttermilk, and we would drink and obviously eat that. That
sounds disgusting.
Surely somebody else. I know my dad didn't come up with that, although he was
probably
a brilliant man, very innovative.
Old Harold
Johns. But I cannot believe, I know for a fact that we are not the only ones who did cornbread and buttermilk. I may do it just for old time's sake this week.
Heard of it. Here, let me know how it goes. Take a photo. All right. Thank you guys, as always, for listening. And it is Thanksgiving. And just so you guys know, we are thankful for you every single day. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you to our members who are watching live right now. We love you. We thank you. We appreciate you. We adore you. You are our happy, healthy family. So thanks for being here. We're going to drop the resources in the show notes so that you can be able to get to all of our online socials, etc., and find us there. So thanks again for listening, and you guys have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy, healthy Thanksgiving.
Thanks for listening to the Happy Healthy Life podcast. If you enjoy the show, make sure to follow them on Instagram at the H2 Life or on YouTube and Facebook at the Happy Healthy Guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and review the show wherever you listen to podcasts.